So welcome to another edition of Monthly Hits and Misses with completely subpar lighting. It's like 8:05, 8:03, whatever. It's October 1st, and I completely forgot about my monthly favorites, hits and misses, whatever you want to call it. So it's nighttime, so I am in my bedroom. Welcome to my bookcase and my wall and my candle. But I've got quite a few things. I feel like, maybe not as many things as I think, because, like, it's groupings. Like, I've got a lot of groupings. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I have is this Alba Botanica brand face cleansing line system, whatever you want to call it. I've got the toner, the face wash, and the wipes. This was all in my haul video that I did not that long ago. But anyway, it's all natural, maximum strength, deep cleansing, face stuff. The toner says it reduces breakouts up to 8 hours. Slow down a bit. And I would definitely say that's true. Like, it does definitely reduce redness and, like, the size of your blemishes. It doesn't necessarily get rid of them completely, but it does definitely start to work to get rid of them within 8 hours. And another thing about this is it kind of reminds me of Proactive, to where it, like, breaks out your skin a little bit at first. Like, you feel like you've made a mistake because your skin breaks out a little bit when you get it. But then, like, instantly it starts clearing up. Like, most of this that you can see on my face, except for this, so ignore that. Most of this is scarring from what was left over from when I was really badly broken out last month. But this face wash has completely gotten rid of all of my blemishes. I'm not too wild on the smell, but like everything else, it definitely makes my skin feel clean, it makes my skin feel healthy, and it definitely is getting rid of my blemishes and scarring. So I'm going to have to apologize for this light that I'm having to use. I don't ever use my lights anymore. I sit in front of my window, so it's probably going to glare off of packaging really bad. But anyway, moving on to things with shiny packaging. So my next product is the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. I like the orange lid. That's probably why I purchased it. But it's also a doe foot applicator, which was super exciting to me because I like doe foot applicators because they kind of control how much product you can put on your face at a time. So you just kind of put what's on the applicator on your face, blend it out, and if you need more, you can go back and get a little bit more instead of, like, squeezing it on your hand and you just waste product. I was also really pleased that this worked very well. It's definitely brightening. I understand what the anti-fatigue effect is now, even though, like, that's a weird way to say, like, it hides your under circles, your under eye circles. Left out a word there. But anyway, it reminds me kind of the consistency of the MAC Select Cover, which is my favorite MAC concealer, but this will definitely probably be replacing that because it's like half the price. I feel like I look like Miley Cyrus. There. That's better. Anyway, next is something that I have been putting off purchasing for a long time because I just was like, oh, my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation is so amazing. No, it's not. I'm just really over the whole MAC foundation thing. Like, I tried using my other ones, and it just, I'm just over it. So, anyway, this was not in my haul video. This I purchased recently and put a first impressions video up on it, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. Oh, dear baby Jesus. This has replaced my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and I will not be repurchasing MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This I will repurchase until I find something better. I am in the shade 01, or not 01, 1.0. And this really, it says weightless ultra definition liquid makeup, and it does feel weightless. You can't feel it on your skin. It just blends beautifully into your skin. I mean, you have to shake it before you use it, but you have to shake the MAC Studio Fix Fluid before you use it too. But anyway, My only gripe with this is I've noticed that my packaging has been leaking. I don't know, leave a comment if that has happened to you, like when I shake it, it leaks. That's my only gripe. Next was also in my first impressions video, and it is the Clinique blended face powder in the transparency neutral shade. So that means doesn't have a pink undertone, it doesn't have a gold undertone, it's in the middle. And I like having a powder to set everything with that is neutral, it doesn't have a certain undertone, because I feel like it just kind of helps even out any undertones. I don't know, that's just me. And this is super finely milled, it doesn't cake on the skin, since I've been using it, it hasn't caked up on my skin, it just sits beautifully on top of the makeup and sets it and makes it just look very, like, I guess polished would be a good word. For those of you that have been living under a rock for the last little while, I'm going to go ahead and beat a dead horse and say I love the Benefit Rockateur blush. So really the only thing I'm going to say about this blush is that it is very pretty, very natural looking on the skin, and if you are looking for a blush that is very natural looking on your skin but just adds a little bit of a glow and a little bit of warmth to your skin, this really is the blush to do that. It really is great, natural. It's probably more for fair to medium skin tones than a dark skin tone. Like, it would probably be a highlight on a darker skin tone. But, yeah, I mean, check it out if you're thinking about it. Just buy it. This next product was limited edition, and I am sorry about that. Like, I've noticed that I don't really like doing products that, like, you couldn't go out and buy because they were limited edition. But it is a favorite of mine, and I've just started using it again, and I kind of forget why I don't use it year-round when I use it. But anyway, it is the MAC Pro Sculpting Cream in the shade Copper Beach. This is really just a glorified cream bronzer. And they're calling it a sculpting cream. But anyway, I love this. It definitely gives a more natural contour to the skin when you're not wanting to, like, obviously contour your face. So that's why I use this in winter, because you can't really get away with using a bronzer so much. I know Ben Nye makes a permanent one of these. I don't know the name of the color. I know Illamasqua makes a cream pigment. Illamasqua is a pigment and it's called Hollow, but that's also really good for contouring. But yeah, I just love this, and I wish it wasn't limited edition, because when I found that out, I was like, that means I can't get another one when I run out. Not that I ever will. This is like a year and a half in, and that's all the dent that I've made. Next product kind of made me freak out a little bit, because I did not pay that much for this, and I was not expecting the quality to be this good. And I am talking about this little Wet n Wild palette. This was under $5 for 8 shadows. So I was like, eh. But this is amazing. All of these colors, I mean, like, look at the pigmentation on these. Like, $5 for 8 eyeshadows and you get that great of pigmentation? Who would have thunk? I mean, seriously? And if you are not willing to go out and spend, what is it, like $15 on a pigment from MAC, and you want their, say, blue-brown pigment, this is pretty much a dupe for MAC's blue-brown pigment. It has that same blue-brown duochrome that the MAC blue-brown pigment has, but you get 7 other eyeshadows with it for like a third of the price. If I had known that, I do really love my MAC blue-brown pigment, though I wouldn't trade that for like anything. But if you are looking for inexpensive eyeshadows that work, Wet n Wild is available at Walmart. Their blush is also amazingly pigmented. I haven't used it so much because it is kind of super pink. And yeah, Wet n Wild, bravo to you. I will be purchasing more things from you. You have come a long way since I was 13. Last for my favorites this month, I mean, can we talk about some Bath & Body Works products? I mean, seriously, this year they have just kind of knocked it out of the park with these scents. 'Cause I'm in love. Vermont Sugar Maple, my favorite scent of this season. It's this really sweet, mapley syrup smell. And I am just in love with this. And the candles, I mean, aren't these like mid-size one-wick candles this fall super cute? I mean, they're in like little jars. I mean, these are so like reusable kind of things. Like, if you're crafty, you know. But I have pumpkin pecan waffles and pumpkin cupcake. And in this itty bitty one, I have blueberry pumpkin patch. This isn't necessarily my favorite scent, but I like it because I like the smell of blueberry things. Pumpkin pecan waffles is definitely one of my favorite, but Vermont Sugar Maple is my favorite, and they don't make a candle in it, which is kind of a boo. But anyway, if you haven't checked out Bath & Body Works fall scents because you've been living under a rock, go do that. So let me preface this by saying, if I hadn't dropped this, I wouldn't have known how bad this packaging was. But remember my Victoria's Secret primer that I bought and was in my favorites videos? I don't know if it was last month or the month before now. But I dropped it, and it broke. I broke it, well, it cracked when I dropped it. I broke it trying to unscrew this because the pump stopped working. Like, I can't, like, it's a chore to press the pump down now. I got this all over my hands now. But anyway, so I cracked it, and when I was trying to unscrew it, it broke. But I didn't drop this that hard. Like, it didn't hit the floor that hard. And it cracked pretty bad. Like, I was being fairly tender with it, but when it stopped working, I went and unscrewed it to see, like, if the little straw thingy had come out. There is no straw thingy. So, it wasn't pulling product up correctly, and I was like, what is the problem? So, I like the product itself, but, like, I mean, can we work on this? Like, I'm gonna have to, like, glue this back together so I don't have to go buy a new one and can continue to use this. Because I do like the product, just like Victoria's Secret, your packaging sucks. So, obviously, that was, like, my miss thing. It wasn't actually, like, something I purchased this month. It's just, like, I found out how shoddy this packaging is. And I've actually just Gorilla Glued it back together because, you know, regular super glue doesn't work because hardcore. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the products that I liked and disliked this month. There weren't really products that I disliked. It was packaging. Yeah. And with that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.